It's an honor. Sometimes I just don't feel like I should be in that group because I see some of the people that I used to look up to when I was in high school. When I was in high school, Irene Trepler she was in the Congress, and Bob Rogers, everybody knew who he was, of course, and Mr. Nodelman, you've probably heard of his name himself. He's been here for ages, so he's like an icon in this area. So what am I doing in this group? I don't know. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
In the past, or what I do right now?
Just like, is your career in the past now?
My career, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. This might be a good thing that you guys want to hear. In high school, you really don't know what you want to do. You sit there and you think you have some interest, and some people pursue that and they change course, and that's okay. I mean, I did the same thing. So I think the best thing for high school people to do is to just think about a destination, and you plot your course, and just like you do when you are actually like in a boat and you're trying to get to one place, you have to keep on adjusting that. You go to different waypoints and you eventually get to where you want to get. So you might change your course a couple times while you're in college, and that's okay. The idea is just have a destination, and that might be, I want to do well academically. I want to make sure that I'm well-rounded, so I want to do a lot of different types of extracurricular activities. I want to do some community service, so I know what it's like to give back. I want to learn things that interest me, and I want to really be curious about everything under the sun so that I can be a fast-track learner. And I want to be the best at whatever I choose to do. It doesn't matter what you do, but try to be the best at it.
So what's your current career?
Current career is sales, and I handle states right now. I deal in different things. I deal in energy right now. That's a big thing for LED, where you're trying to serve. It's all about sustainability and conservation energy. So they're taking old fluorescent bulbs and trying to bring it down from consuming 150 watts per bulb to like 25 watts. So what that means to you is it's saving about 75% of the wattage in the energy, and it helps to conserve energy.
So you were a naval officer?
Well, I went to the Naval Academy. That's where I went to school in Annapolis, and it's a school for officers, yeah.
So why did you choose to go to the Naval Academy?
Well, that was kind of an odd thing for me because I was playing football and I got hurt my senior year, so I missed like 9 games. And I had scholarship offers to various schools that were schools that I wanted to go to, and the only one that really stuck with me was the Naval Academy as far as still having the interest in me. It's a Division I school, but they're not the kids that play football at Navy are usually not as big, or they're so I ended up going there and I was able to play Division I football that way. And I knew it was a good school academically. I knew it could lead to a lot of good things. Met a lot of great people there. Taught me a lot of important things like honor and character. The honor there was beyond anything else you'll ever see. I could put $100 on my desk and I know that no one would ever touch it. And where else can you do that? So it was a neat place for me to go.
How did you get to the point in your career that you're at now?
Really, you just keep on trying to progress. I like to read, about different things. I like to delve into what's important. I remember my first job, I was with Hallmark, and I'd been there for less than a year. And I happened to get seated at dinner right next to the CEO. And I remember asking him, so what is it that you do, in your work? Because I was curious about what it would take to do a job as a CEO, so I could kind of learn those things and try to groom myself. And he ended up later mentioning a speech because I was curious, and he just was kind of fascinated with the curiosity. But so I think the thing to have in your mind is always try to figure out, with what you want to do, what you have to be able to know and what you have to learn in order to be able to do that.
Can you talk about like serving on the school board and being the president? And
Sure.
Why you did it?
I was asked by a friend that was asked by another friend that run it, and this friend asked me if I would run, and I did, and so I was elected, and I was there for 3 years, and I think you know, I have a lot of respect for every school board, and even the people I had differences with, and to be honest with you, some of the people you have differences with, it's just temporarily, and it's not like, it seems like it's forever sometimes, but it's not. You know, you just have a difference of opinion. So the tough part about being on a school board is that when you have a difference of opinion, it's aired out. You're right there, and you have to talk about it. Like if you and Jessica had a difference of opinion, you wouldn't know it right now because you don't have to really state that, and it never gets you in your way. But when you're on a school board, you know you have to, because it's important that you choose a side and you try to choose the best side for the students and for the community. So in some cases, I didn't really care for that because it's very antagonistic. But what I really do like about it is that I got to live and work with people that I respect, because they all, you know, volunteered their time, and they all devoted their best opinion and their best efforts to making your school district the best it could be.
How did the Oakville Mehlville community help push you to be a CEO, go to the school board, just get into your career?
Because I love the Oakville Mehlville community, I really do. I moved from the city, and I was going to Cleveland High School, and I was apprehensive about leaving my friends my freshman year. So my sophomore year, I came to Oakville, and you're not going to believe this, I'm this old, but that was the very first school year ever for Oakville High School. Right, so I was in that first group, but what's really good about it was that I met a lot of new people because we're all new. So I had instant friends. My best friend in my wedding, John Farmer, I went to school with him. Tom Nobler, there's a lot of people, they come back. I lived in Boulder, I lived in Dallas, I lived in New York, but I made sure I came back here to live because I really value this community. It's a good cost of living, there's good people around here, and I knew the schools were good. My son, Trevor, and Sabrina Leach both graduated from Oakville, and they're doing outstanding, and I really contribute that to some good schooling too.
Yeah, how about like high school memory, like favorite high school memory? Say you played football, things like that.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of jumps out?
Gosh, I would say I had a ton of high school memories. I'm trying to think of which ones I could tell you. You know,
right.
So
School appropriate. Yeah.
I mean, we really never did anything bad, but I'm trying to think of something inspiring for you. And to be honest with you, I would have to say the groups that they have, like, you know, all the clubs. I got involved in many clubs that I could, and that was fun. So I met different people. I don't know if it's still like this in high school, but we had a lot of different factions. We had sports people, we had academic people, we had, you know, people that are called dockers, you know, because they wore certain type of shoes, and, you know, but I really felt like I was friends with almost somebody in every group there, because I really just enjoyed getting down and talking to the people and getting to know what's on the inside rather than what's on the outside. And I would recommend that to anybody, because you can learn something from everyone you meet, no matter where they are, and you can learn to appreciate something from everyone you meet. You just have to search for that sometimes, you know? Okay.